Oh, they're coming off?
They're coming off. Like, okay, crank it up, pull it in. Let's go. Let's go.
Get on the dyno. Let's do something.
So we are on our way back from Cletus and Cars, and FuelTech is on the way. We figured we got the MR2 over here. We made a couple changes. We got the new turb ski on there. We set up some different things with the strain gauge, just little changes here and there, and we figured we might as well bring it back by FuelTech and re-dyno the car, just make sure all the bugs are worked out, maybe get some extra tips now that we have some logs that we can review the data. We have several passes under our belts with the MR2, and these guys are the experts, so we decided we could bring it back and maybe improve on the setup in the MR2. They did have this car on the dyno, and since they do dynos by scheduling appointments, we didn't know if we would be able to get in today. We just figured we would come by anyways. Since these guys are coming off of the dyno, looks like we have some time to throw the MR2 on there and throw down some power. We might just crank that turbo up and see what that thing is capable of, but not all the way up because, as you guys know, it could potentially split the block. I don't know about maxing that puppy out, dude. But I think we can beat our previous dyno record for sure. So that would be pretty cool today. So it looks like we are going to be unloading the MR2 boys and getting her back on the dyno over here at FuelTech. That right there, boys, is what we need for the rear-wheel drive Civic.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, we got the MR2 in here. We're getting the rear jacked up to cool off the rear tires so we can get it hooked up to the hub dyno here. Unfortunately, Anderson isn't here, but we do have Lewis. It's Anderson's birthday today, so he won't be joining us. But we got the dyno, man.
He's getting old, man.
Is he? How old is he now?
He's getting old. I don't know if I should tell.
Does he not?
55, man.
That's not how old he is.
41.
He's out there enjoying his birthday, but we got the dyno man himself here, so that's all we need.
Here. So like all the import guys are here. So.
Yeah, we have all the FuelTech techs to help us out with the car, but I do miss Anderson. Sad you're not here, but it's all right. It was a very last minute decision to stop by. It's a little different since you saw it last. We have the extra cage now.
Yeah,
The front wheels are the same.
So
Our
what
little
are we gonna do,
bumpers
100
falling
pounds of
off.
boost?
100 pounds of boost?
Can we try it?
I don't think so.
Oh, come on.
I think this turbo is big enough now that we might be pushing the limits of the OEM block.
What is the limits of the OEM block?
Probably around 1500.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that that's when they can come apart.
Okay.
Maybe 1600. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't want to find out.
So 1600. We'll have a number. We can go up to 1600.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what you said.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I heard.
Man, if he holds, he makes, right?
1599.
Okay, 1599. Okay, 1599. Let's not go past that.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm down to target like 60 pounds and see what that does.
60 pounds. Okay, 30 degrees of time.
No, like 18.
You told me boost, and we manipulate something.
Oh, this guy's worse than Brent. Wanting to send it. Getting her back on these blocks just to level the car out on the dyno here so it's not sitting so far forward. When we came off the trailer, we snagged our little piece of aluminum on the front bumper here and ripped our rivets out. But you guys saw, we do have a front bumper that will be in the works at some point.
Hey, this is our condo.
Hello.
Our import guy is straight from Paraguay. Most of the people don't even know where's Paraguay is.
Okay,
No, I have no
nobody knows
idea.
about it.
All the way down south to South America,
Between
right?
Brazil and Argentina.
As you guys know, we do a lot of domestic stuff. So like, this is like an old-time dealer of ours, actually, that we imported him from Paraguay. So like, we brought him over here, and now he does most of the stuff regarding import stuff because he's so used to, right? Like that, similar to Brazil, it's mainly 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder stuff like that, but on a better way, let me say, because they are free to import stuff with low taxes compared to Brazil. So they're way more racing stuff similar to the United States, like way more Hondas, Subarus, you know, that kind of stuff that we don't have in Brazil actually. Really? So it's almost like a...
And not just the parts, all the vehicles can be imported from every part of the world. It doesn't matter the year, the usage, so we have vehicles from Japan, Australia.
So you
Europe,
see
from
Supra,
everywhere.
Skyline stuff that you don't see in Brazil, you see in Paraguay.
So what he's saying is we need to visit them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they
Oh,
probably got
oh,
a
yeah.
lot of cool cars that we don't get here.
Yeah, it's a cool place. It's a cool place.
I'm about that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sweet.
Okay, so first run, 100 pounds of boost, though, okay?
No,
Oh.
get out of here.
Hey, I do have it maxed out.
Go sit in your office over there.
That's 60 for you. No
He's not driving the car anymore.
Give Louis the laptop, please.
All right, guys, we got the MR2 locked and loaded. We got ice in the ice box. We got her topped off with fuel, and we are ready to make a dyno pool on the new turbo. And we set the boost target to 60 PSI. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's pretty much, it's like basically all of it, more than I would ever comfortably push it on this turbo. So we're running it maxed out. We're going to see what happens here. And we should beat our previous dyno record, which was 1106 horsepower. Hopefully the block holds together, which she should, but that is a serious turbo pushing a lot of air into our OEM block case series. So we're hoping for 1200 plus right here, boys. It should do it. Got ourselves a new relay to fix the starter because we had to hot wired. I had to climb in the MR2 and touch a couple wires together to get her fire up. So get that relay fixed and we are good to go. Oh, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Cross your fingers, guys. Full send on the MR2 here. We're done. We're done. Oh my God. 1400 horsepower, boys. Holy shit. Look at that, boys. 1426 horsepower.
10 grand.
It's 10,000.
It gained 300
So-
RPM on big power, like
Do you
300
have
horse.
a torque pickup? The rear gear?
Buddy, 1400 horsepower.
Holy shit, dude.
That was sick.
That's I think that's the highest horsepower MR2.
If the rear end is correct on the dyno, it tells me 740.
740.
to the tire.
That sounds right.
Yeah, to the tire. 740 to the tire.
I've got all the gears right here. So rear end is 436.
So let me make sure.
Oh baby, the MR2 is gonna make a pass.
Dude, that is
That's
crazy.
300 more horsepower
Yeah.
than it was before.
So on the last time when it made 1106, that was like wastegate fully shut. So that just shows you just turbo to turbo picked up 300 horsepower.
777 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, because like this thing measures everything at the tire, right? So when you see torque,
Oh my God.
horsepower doesn't
Dude,
change,
that's
but torque
sick.
changes.
Dude, we gotta pull that log and see if it actually made our 60 pounds that we targeted. But it's making a lot.
That's wild.
So last time we had it here, we targeted 50 PSI and it made 1106. And at the track, when we ran the 7, we were only running 2 PSI more. It's probably in the mid to high 1100 horsepower range. So we are definitely a solid 200 more horsepower over. Almost, yeah.
300
Okay,
more
so
now.
we
Over.
can still go.
It made
Maybe like
1106.
250.
We can do a.
But I'm just saying from when it ran the
150.
7, because we added 2 PSI when we ran the 7.
Okay, 150 more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the maximum 1599, right?
No, we're done there.
No,
We're done.
no. You said
We're done.
1599, buddy.
You're done. Get out of
Give me the
here.
laptop. Let's fix it.
No, we're done. That's all we needed to see.
This guy's killing the hype, right?
There's no reason we got to grenade this poor little
Oh,
motor.
it sounded good too.
It sounded so
pretty
good.
Like
Dude.
it was going up. You're like, oh.
Boys, that is gonna go 190.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
gonna
yeah.
go.
Fuck yeah. You ready?
I don't know.
You ready to
And dude,
send
that
it?
is wheel horsepower. So crank probably like
No,
what,
that's
15,
that's what I'm
50?
telling you guys, because like this thing measures torques.
Can it calculate
everything?
crank power?
So torque.
That is
power,
definitely
torque,
an
power,
MR2 horsepower world record.
400.
That is insane, guys. 1,420 horsepower.
Are you ready to hear the number? So my guesstimate right here, based on what we're seeing and stuff like that, this thing has to be making really close, a little bit more, a little bit less, 1,600 horses.
To the crank.
Yeah, to the crank.
To see 1,420 at the tire.
At the tire. So it's a good 150 plus that you lose there.
Yeah, that's insane.
Dude.
That's a lot of power.
That thing's a rocket ship.
That's a lot of power.
I always titled the videos before like our 1,400 horsepower MR2 because I was referring to like crank horsepower, but now it's actually making that to the tire. And now it's
make them more clickbaity. 1,600 horsepower.
now
MR2.
it's a 1,600 horsepower MR2, dude.
Man, that's insane.
Oh my god. I did not expect that to happen coming here.
Come on, no faith?
I figured like 12, 50.
Yeah.
I was seeing like mid 12s. I'd be hopeful.
Man, when you go up on turbo,
Yeah.
they get so efficient.
Hey, shout out Precision Turbo. We told you boys that was a bad mofo.
No, it is.
1426.
Everybody's going to them precisions now. Glad we did too. Nuts.
All right, this is the log, boys. We targeted 60 PSI. And that Turbo Smart electric E-gate, look at that line, 61, perfectly right across the whole way up to 10,000 RPM. And our limiter is at 11.5 at the track, so we have a lot more to go still. And it hit our full boost by 8,700. So we still have nearly 3,000 RPM of 1,400 horsepower goodness to go during the run. So there's another shot of how good that electric gate is working for us, guys. Super flat boost line all the way across. The MR2 is gonna be nuts. It already is.
All right, so 70 pounds.
No, we're not going to 70.
Oh, hey, you go there. Someone called you. Did you see that?
These
Bring it
guys.
back to the good old days. Go down the street, go get you a little Debbie.
We're pushing the limits of what that block can hold, I'm telling you. There he is. There it is, boys.
It's about 7 pounds.
Oh yeah, he's light. We're gonna have to take a good look at that thing. Hey, go look at the screen real quick.
Oh shit. Are you serious?
That just happened. This is Anthony, the guy that did the carbon fiber trunk. We have had a carbon fiber T-top delete, I guess you could call it, in the works for the MR2 for quite some time. It is now going to be a one-piece target top, and Anthony has been working on that for us, and he has it right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Give her a flip. Oh my gosh. That looks so amazing, dude. Look at your reflection. That is amazing.
Yeah, so what I ended up doing is I put the drip rail in with the mold, so you don't have to have the separate piece from the stock parts. And I also made that latch system, but without the actual whole handle and everything. I made it out of carbon too with aluminum bushings. So
Nice.
for your car, we talked that you have the cage really close up. So I made the bushings way smaller than the stock plastic ones were. So we'll probably have to grind a little bit, but I kind of figured that. And then I have studs in the middle to hold the middle down.
Dude, this is so sweet.
I got you a serial numberized thing. Serial number 1.
She is the first one.
First one.
Got your custom little badges. Yeah, be sure to check him out, guys. Anthony does some killer carbon fiber work.
Thank you.
He's
Appreciate
the
it.
man. All right, guys, we're getting the carbon top on right now. We had to remove a centerpiece that went right here, and that sucked, let me tell you, because this bar on the roll cage went right over where we needed it to be. So I had to drill the hole out kinda, and I literally used a flathead screwdriver and unscrewed the nut somehow. But that was just a half-hour ordeal, but we got that off, and now we are test fitting this piece. So we have to get these studs to go through the weather strip in there. Oh yeah, dude, look at that. Full piece carbon fiber target top for the MR2, boys. That came out so freaking good. And Anthony actually made it to work with a factory style latch system. So it still has these guys on each corner where we could actually put the handles back on it if we wanted to. But we are not going to be doing that for our particular application, because once this goes on, it's going to be pretty much permanent. It looks like we might have to do a little trimming to close this gap up, which me and him talked about. But what we're probably going to do is just weld a couple little tabs off of the roll cage here and just run a nut and bolt through it. That will bolt the corners down, and then we will be able to use these existing factory spots to put the nuts back in, and our top will be on there and good to go. But we wanted to make sure it was beefy and on there tight, because she's going to be going real fast, especially after making that power over there. We do not want this thing to come off.
Yeah, this
So,
thing, I was just telling you, has double the carbon that I'm going to do for the production ones just because of the speed this car is going to be running.
yeah,
so this thing
she's
is
a little
stout.
extra thick,
Like, it's got
but still much lighter compared to the
yeah,
OEM glass
a
T-tops.
lot lighter. I don't remember what the weight is. They're like 19 pounds or 20 pounds, I think, for the
Somewhere in there,
those,
yeah.
And this is like 7.
So a little bit of weight savings there. Plus it looks good. Keep the sun from beating on me when I'm waiting in the staging lanes at the track. So yeah, that came out great. Once again, thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Came out
Appreciate
awesome.
it, and always a pleasure doing anything for you. This car has always been amazing to me, and it's gonna keep on getting better and better. It's like you guys keep raising the bar every time you go out.
That's our
with
plan,
it.
and
So,
hopefully after this dyno session right here, guys, it's capable of a serious pass right now. We're hoping for mid-7s. I think it can happen. We'll see. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up over here at FuelTech. We got the MR2 off of the dyno, got her back on her wheels. We laid down 1,426 wheel horsepower in this thing. I'm pretty sure that's an MR2 horsepower world record. We'll have to double check, but that is some serious power, boys. I'm a little nervous. I mean, I was nervous last time we were here after it made 1,100 to drive the car, and now it's making like another 250 more from when it ran the 7-second pass easily. So yeah, that's nuts. So huge thanks to Eduardo here for staying late and helping us out. Gave us some good tuning tips as well, and we cleaned up some things that will hopefully benefit us when we go back to the track. Lewis already got out of here. Huge thanks to Lewis as well. I know you're watching this, or maybe he's not, but thank you. And Anderson, unfortunately, was not here. It was his birthday today. But yeah, it was a super last minute stop for us since it was on the way, and I'm glad we made it because that was freaking insane. So
thank you guys for hanging out. It is way after hours for them. So.
yep, and we are going to be getting home real
We're
late.
glad to have you guys here all the time. So anytime that you want, we are here for you to help on anything that we can. So
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That was
not every
awesome.
day you just get the car off the trailer, put it here, 1,400.
We did a one and done.
One and done.
One and done.
One and done, boys. We even bought a couple extra bags of ice because we thought we might have needed more dyno pulls. We iced it once, one pull, 1,400. You're done. We're good there. That is so much freaking power. How much is that a hole? $350 a hole or something? What's the quick math on that wit? I'm guessing that's like $350 a hole.
400 a hole if you base it off crank horsepower.
Okay, but
which is what it's
350
making.
but 350 wheel horsepower a hole.
Yeah, but it's actually making more than that.
Yeah,
So
so
it's making 400 horsepower.
400 horsepower hole at the crank. That's insane. Out of a little 4-cylinder. Still on the OEM block. Dude, we're gonna have to get a billet block for this thing at some point.
A little more high speed at the end of the track, so you
Oh,
should
dude,
drive
another
a little
200
more.
horsepower is no joke. I'm telling you, it went 182 before, boys, and now there's another 250 horsepower on top of that. It's going to go 190 if all goes good. So, yeah, that's why I'm a little scared. I'm a little puckered up right now, but whatever. That's gonna do it. See you later, guys. Freaking insane. Well, guys, it looks like we just had our first blowout on the new trailer here. I was just telling Wyatt yesterday how they were getting a little worn, but they weren't terrible yet. I didn't think they were.
Yeah, it
On
is
the
though. It is
verge
the
of
very
blowing.
front tire that you were talking about.
Yep. Started to feel a pretty gnarly bump back here and looked in the rearview mirror, and sure enough, yep, she's cooked. Our first tire down, boys. Luckily we have a spare, and we should have the tools we need to fix it. We're probably about, what do you say, 5 hours still from the house?
Yeah, we're about
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, about 5.
Quick 15-minute spare tire change, and we are ready to get back home.